It's over here.
Yeah, that's the right way.
Think that looks right?
Yeah, that's the Nazgul screen, man.
Shit. Yeah, I got 3 seats. How many do we need?
I'm gonna wreck it.
Should I start? Burn their young. Oh, that's what it means.
Oh,
I'll take them.
I'll be fine. What's that?
Yeah, we'll be fine. Okay, I'm putting seeds in, okay? Here we go, boys. Here we go, boys. Here we go, boys.
He's spawning right there.
Shoot the fuck out of it.
Oh, might as well get my shield out.
Oh, do we need to kill the roots, you think?
I'm gonna wreck it.
Hit him.
Oh.
It's good that we are a few though. This would take so long time, otherwise his HP is fucking insane. Oh, I see it. %, boys. Is that one okay in HP?
Yep.
Speak for yourself. We have some. Fucking tree almost hit me.
Moving in.
Oh, it didn't take them long to come back to me.
Sit down, you fucking monster! Sit down!
Oh yeah.
Kill shot. I got the kill shot. Kill the roof.
Oh. Oh my god, I got 3 swamp keys?
3 keys.
Let's go place the head on the altar.
Where do we do that at?
Let's go.
You know the spawning altar? The sacrificial altar?
Yeah, in the middle.
Then we can use this power. This power is ours. I think so. Oh god, if it's woodcutting powder, I'm gonna have a field day.
I'll just run by foot, I will come there in time. I don't think I need to be close and put
That guy hit like a fucking truck, I'll tell you that much.
I don't know how we could face tank it.
To the altar.
I sat there and tanked it the whole time. I do.
To the altar.
Yeah. You can put it up even if I'm not there, you will get there before me. I think
Yep.
I will get the buff anyways.
Well, you gotta come to the altar and select the buff. That's why
Yeah,
it's nice to have your base so close.
Yeah, I will. It was cool. Now we have killed 2 bosses.
I know, I do too. I could run
Yeah.
a marathon right now. This is fucking nice.
Wait, before we do anything, ye old oak tree. I give thanks to ye old oak tree.
I'm about to cut that fucking oak tree down.
No,
No. No.
it's called a sacred oak. Oh look,
see how far that fucker went flying?
Put it up, put it up, put it up, put it up.
Should I wait for him to get here?
No, just put it up. I said it's okay.
Okay. Which one does he go on?
This one. This big lengthy motherfucker. Over here. Activate power.
I love this mace. Okay, so what's this power do? I wish it gave you a description. Oh,
Nice.
I'm good. I already do.
Alright, I'm gonna go to my outpost.
Ah,
I just started finishing up, so I'm gonna test it out.
If you see a troll, is there always
a cave now.
cave close by? Okay.
It's like I'm about to do the undoable. What no man wants to do.
Break the unbreakable. Touch the untouchable.
That's right.
Row, row, fight the power.
Gonna have to suck it up and grab a cart and go to the dark forest.
What do you need to go to the dark forest for with a cart? Just take my boat.
I want to take the boat.
Boat's
We'll
fast.
wreck it.
I don't care if you wreck it, man. I can build another one.
No, you can't.
Hey,
Because we're all out of everything. That's copper. At least I don't see any anywhere.
just about to finish my outpost. We can all hunt those caribou together.
Someone was giving me shit for going to get 41 cores, 42 cores today.
We're all awesome. What are you talking about?
That's right.
Viking?
Also, does anyone have... Alright, hold on. How much should we put in here? Valuables. So if you look in here, there's like 400, 6, 7. Alright, so someone else could go get their belt too. If they really wanted, because I got 400 coins left. So if someone has close to 900, I could spot them some gold to get their belt.
I got 487 gold right now. Will
You
that
guys
be
should spot me. I'm not a dungeon diver, so it'll take me forever. I'm the logistics guy, not the fighty shooty guy.
The what?
I'm the logistics guy, not the fighty shooty guy. So I sign up next to get the belt. That sounded wrong. I'm sorry. I'm gonna take my boat.
I'm gonna grab this god awful cart. If I don't come back, it's because I hung myself halfway with the cart. Because I need to upgrade what I have. And we don't have any copper. Or any bronze. One man. One cart.
All the
Against
valuables in the chest would do it.
all odds. Huh?
Do you think all the valuables in the chest would do it?
I don't know.
Wonder how much
I mean,
amber
I don't
so far.
care if anyone takes those valuables. I don't know about Anubis, because
Well,
him and
if we
I
put-
him and I put a lot in there.
If you put it towards the belt, then I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, like I
Well, we're not
said,
wasting nothing on stupid.
I know half the stuff I put in there's, and I know the other half he put in there when we first went out. We brought a bunch of valuables back. That's up to him. I don't care, obviously. That's why I went out on my own and cleared out a shit ton of dungeons so I could just go and get the belt and be done with it.
Well, the belt will help me do logistics, so.
I don't know. I cooked a fish. You're gonna, yeah, I'd have to look in the cooking pot. I just threw him on the cooker on the fire. Break this fucking card.
It's
Just gonna
weird that there are no iron knives. It's only copper knives. Nice.
Not that weird, considering Vikings.
Tried the knives out yet.
Cool. You're saying that they never had the iron knives in the Viking Age?
No, they used iron the same way they used iron in this game. They had bog iron.
Okay.
I had a guy try telling me that Vikings didn't use bows. I'm just like, how the fuck do you think they ate?
Viking used bows, Viking used horses, Viking used boats. Like, the thing is, though, like, Vikings, their only exposure to iron was bog iron, and that's where you get it in the game, which I'm happy about.
What is bog iron in like real life? What does it mean?
It's
Bog
small,
iron.
like, bits of scrap iron you can find several in the bog. Like, imagine, like, looking
Like
for
shavings.
Ah, yeah.
Like little nuggets. Like in a river.
So
Yeah.
a sword in the Viking Age was worth like shitloads.
a lot. Like, most of the time, swords and stuff like that were inherited just because they were so expensive. So if one of your ancestors got a hold of a sword, it would go on for like 100 or so years. Even more than that.
Damn.
Like, it'd just get passed down because it'd be so expensive to make a sword, you just couldn't. So somebody in your family got a sword, that sword would go down to the next generation, then the next generation, then the next generation. And that's where you get swords having names and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Dude, I can do whole lectures on history.
Fucking nerd.
Yeah. I like that you're talking about it, so just keep going though. But like polearms, did they actually use that? The one that I got right now?
I think Vikings used just about every weapon you can imagine.
Yeah.
They could get a hold of.
I don't know about flails.
No, that was probably the middle.
I think I was
Nobody does flails in video games just because the physics are ridiculous to code in.
World of Warcraft's the only game I know. And they only have 3 different variations and they're super rare to get.
Yeah. Flails themselves are a meh weapon, but just trying to put a flail into a video game is ridiculous.
I know all too well.
How do you know that? Are you a video game designer or?
I dabbled in it.
Yeah, like a lot of people start off like doing mods and stuff like that. Like mods where you start working and molding things and you kind of figure out how things work. Like a lot of games physics just straight break on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I could only imagine how the coding goes for that.
Well, you've probably seen how janky a lot of physics gets in video games, right?
Yeah.
Now attach that to a weapon.
Yeah, it all depends on what game engine they're using, too. That helps. But yeah, to get it to like actually look visually good, after especially just not even only swinging it, but after it hits something. Dude, I'm gonna get this cart stuck on fucking everything. Holy shit. Whose idea was this? Well, there's the first copper node. And there goes my cart rolling down the hill. Be a lot nicer to do this with more carry weight.
It would be cool if we could like put up runestones as well later on. With text on it. Not just signs, but like real runestones. Maybe it's just me.
I don't care what you guys do.
That sounded emo. You do whatever you want, I don't give a fuck.
Emo's when you care too much.
Is it? I don't know. I've never been one. So you're the anti-emo then?
No. My older brother was a little bitch for like the longest time. So he had his emo stage.
Yeah. Was a little bitch. Lul.
Yeah, we used to make fun of him. Come home with his nails painted black. Like, oh, what a fag. My mom would be like, Lancelot, knock it off.
What is like the max level you could get stuff to?
Oh,
Is it like 100, you think? Which one? Yeah. So, like, basically, if you would think of the Viking time, a sword would be more valuable than a polearm, or what do you think? What would be like the most valuable weapon?
I'm sure it's just like nowadays. It all depends on quality. I'm assuming a sword because or whichever has more iron on it.
Yeah.
Would be the value base, I think.
So the iron
could
shield.
be wrong. Whichever, you know. I'm sure some axes are worth more than some swords because the axe has more iron on it. I'm assuming that's how they would have done it.
Wait, what?
That's probably true. No, I asked what weapon you think would be the most valuable in the Viking Ages.
Oh yeah, the axe for sure. Like you'll notice how axe like come right off the handle and they've got that little dip on the end.
Yeah.
You know what that's for, right?
Pierce helmets.
It's because it works similar to like the Egyptian Kopesh. What you can do is you can hook it over a shield and pull the shield down.
Okay, so the axe is the most valuable weapon. Because of that.
It was mostly personal preference. I mean, everything has its strengths and weaknesses. Like if you hook your axe on a shield and pull the shield down, you can't use the axe until you're done with the action, which leaves you open.
It's true.
But the fact that you can pull a shield away from somebody is also good in its own merit.
And I'm assuming quality had a big factor, right?
Not really.
Really?
Not when it came to bronze and iron. I mean, you've handled an axe before. Like, the quality of an axe is the quality of an axe. In fact, bog iron was probably one of the most, like, how do you say it? Least. The iron with the least quality, I should say. So they weren't using the purest of iron there, and they were nowhere close to making steel.
Yeah, axes isn't my familiarity.
So they shouldn't call our weapons like steel axe, steel sword.
No, like when you're dealing with Vikings, no steel, it's all iron.
Okay. Oh yeah. That's why it's called iron. Yeah, I just.
Like, steel didn't come around until the High Middle Ages. That's when you started seeing steel start popping up.
Yeah.
And even then, that was more of a continental European, like, concept and invention. So it took a while for that to hit the Scandinavian countries.
I see.
The only reason the Vikings did so well is because they were really up on boat technology for some reason. Well, I shouldn't say for some reason. Like, you can actually go to history because they find a lot of like primitive boats and stuff like still mired in bogs, and so you can actually go through the history on the evolution of the Viking boat.
I like their shields.
Their basic rounder shield was a more of like a Germanic thing because the Anglos, the Saxons, like all the German tribes used the same shield.
I just thought I like how they like decorate them.
Oh yeah, we're talking about the decorations.
Yeah.
The horns on the helmets were a myth, right?
Kinda not. They were uncommon. They were reserved for more like noblemen, like the Jarls and stuff would use like horned helmets on occasion, just because, you know, I'm rich as fuck and I can do what I want.
Yeah. I mean, that would never be a problem with women's because they had slaves like thralls or whatever they were.
Yeah,
called, right?
and like not only that, but most of the time when you see like horns or other such protrusions on a helmet, it's somebody who's upper class, somebody who's not in the middle of the fight. Just because having a horn on a helmet just gives the enemy something else to grab onto.
That, and I'm assuming it's like a dead fucking giveaway, like
Yeah.
kill target. Like that's why, in like the military, when you're
Yeah,
out in like
so-
deployment, you're not supposed to salute your commanding officers when you're out
Yeah.
in the zone.
So like if somebody's wearing horns on their helmet, they're literally just flexing.
Look at my penis.
So we all should get horns then, so we can flex the
I got one little horn.
in the
Like a lot of
trousers or
people,
what?
like a lot of people don't realize. Like back then, they were just as practical as we are, if not more so.
What do you mean by that?
As in a lot more utilitarian, more practical. As in every piece of armor that you put on serves a specific function.
Nice.
There's no sense of fashion or pizzazz about it unless you can afford to do so.
But they had jewelry, right? I think they had jewelry.
Yeah, they had jewelry. They've had gold jewelry since before Rome. But gold doesn't make good for weapons because it's such a soft metal.
And
One of
heavy
the
as
reasons,
well, is it? Or
one of the
so
reasons that
heavy?
gold was so valuable is because it's so easy to mold and bend and work with. It's probably one of the first metals humanity has ever worked with before because it's just so easy to do.
Just
And
like
so,
my mom.
yeah, and so that's why a lot of people think that gold is so valuable. Not only is it because that it's easy to mold and mend, but it doesn't rust either.
I did not know gold didn't rust.
Gold does not rust.
Good to know.
That's why it's considered a currency and so valuable. It's because it will not degrade.
Copper doesn't either, does it?
Yeah, copper does, like all the other metals do except for gold. Even silver degrades over time. Like you'll notice that if you've got something silver, after long periods of time, it'll start to get that like green tarnish.
I thought that's how you figured out something was fake.
Like if it's got a high nickel content, like it'll tarnish real fast. But even silver degrades over time. So like if you've got a silver coin that's from like 1964, which is the last year they printed silver coins, it shouldn't have any tarnish. But like if you pull up something from like the 1700s out of the dirt, you'll notice a little bit of tarnish on it. Nothing you can't just scrape off though. That's actually how you can tell a nickel from World War II. It's because it'll have tarnish on it because it's got a little bit of metal or silver in it. Because during the war in World War II, they took out the nickel to use for tanks and replaced it with silver.
Just an endless pit of information.
Like I said, I can give you whole lectures on history. History's my jam, man.
If you hover over it, it tells you the value.
Well, you know, it really doesn't help that I grew up with a father who's like a master's in history.
I always
Yeah.
enjoyed history too, but I don't know that much.
Your childhood must have been really funny though, because then he could tell you all
Oh
the
yeah,
stories.
like me, my dad, my brother, we can go on endlessly about history together. Like, just put all three of us in a room, we can talk for a good 10 hours.
How much do you know about like the King Arthur days?
King Arthur, that was that's more of an Anglo-Saxon myth. It takes place right after the fall of the Roman Empire, right after the Anglo-Saxons moved in, and people were kind of figuring out how the system works after that. And you know, one guy stepped up, King Arthur. So, like, when those King Arthur movies that are kind of offset take place right after the fall of the Roman Empire, they're right in that timeline.
That's crazy.
Well, because a lot of people don't realize what happened to, like, England especially right after the Romans left. Like, after the Romans left, everybody was just left with a pile of shit in their hands, and nobody knew what to do with it. And then the Anglo-Saxons moved in, and they started founding kingdoms and stuff like that, and that's where you get the story of King Arthur, the guy who was destined to be king by pulling the sword out of the stone.
Yeah.
Because he really pulled his kingship out of thin air.
Makes sense.
Well, they weren't just pulling it out of thin air, though. like a lot of the nobles of England, like even Queen Elizabeth herself right now can trace her lineage back to Odin. That's right. Queen Elizabeth's and Odin's daughter, I think. Odin's son.
It's crazy.
Well, yeah, because that's how they legitimize their rule. Is they'd say, "I've got this divine power to rule over you," and so all the Anglo-Saxon kings who came to England would say, "Yeah, I'm the son or daughter of Odin." And so, yeah, that is one of Queen Elizabeth's official titles.
It's a pretty big flex.
Oh, with a, with a royal line that long. Yo, got me on a rant now.
Sorry, what? Elder. Capital E.
Or are you talking about the portal in our main house? Or? Oh, the one with the merchant.
Oh, I didn't make a portal there yet. Well, yeah, I have to go all the way back there first. I didn't have the stuff to make a portal on me. Yeah, I logged out at it so I can, go back and make a portal.
Oh, I'm on the wrong end.
I'm like,
oh shit, I log into server 1, server 1 goes down.
Fucking standard shit server.
Actually, not yet. I said in time. Later on. I didn't think anyone had the gold for it yet. I mean, I am like a mile and a half away from the base. With a cart full of metal. Yeah, when I'm done with this, I'll definitely go set it up. So how many portals can connect?
I mean, if you guys want, I can keep going through Viking history. Like, I just finished the Poetic Edda not too long ago.
What the fuck's that?
Basically in the 12 to 1300s, some Christian monks wrote down all the oral history of the Norse and Viking people. And that whole collection is called the Poetic Edda.
I know, I gotta learn my history on like the Camelot shit.
So like it includes all the stories of like Odin, Loki, Thor, basically everything you know of modern like paganism, especially Norse paganism, comes from the Poetic Edda.
Well, I gotta run back to base because my pickaxe broke. So I guess I can do that now.
You should always carry 2.
I don't have any bronze to carry 2.
I thought there was an extra in the tool shed.
I didn't look, but if there is, that'd be sweet. Yeah, apparently, in my family at one point, they traced our heritage or whatever you call it back to the King Arthur time that Lancelot. There's literally like 90 people in my family named Lancelot.
Well, yeah, that was a huge time of immigration to England. Like I said, during that time, that was the Anglo takeover of England.
Yeah. Yeah, my dad's name was Lancelot, his dad's.
Like, the short version is that the Romans left their forts and the Anglos moved into them. That's about it.
These fucking trolls. Grey dwarfs, whatever. Eat shit. Such a far run. Run skill improved to 42.
That's nice.
Can tell I run a lot.